built Apple out of their own garage. You had a kind of a similar situation developing paddle tech, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I have been a player of the sport for several years now, and when I first started playing, I tried about every paddle on the market. And there were lots of good paddles out there, but I couldn't really find one that fit my needs. So I developed a project to come up with my own, and it turned into a company. And it started in my garage in 2010, and then quickly grew from there. And now we've got 15 employees and located in Niles, Michigan. It's been a great evolution.
502.
And it's a great family affair as well, as your brother Curtis is the CEO.
Yeah, he is. He's been at the helm of the company, and I've recently been able to join the company full time after having a career in the telecom field for about 20 years.
Timeout.
Well, you probably witnessed the explosive growth this sport has undergone. It's just incredible. It's not considered the fastest growing sport in America, but it's easily one of the fastest growing sports in America.
Oh, absolutely. We've been very, very excited to be part of the growth of the sport. And, pickleball is such an accessible sport, and I think that really is what accounts for the dramatic growth that we've seen.
Well, Yates and Tereschenko got off to a quick 6-0 lead, and their first time out now by McGuffin and Kaitlyn-Christian. And Morgan Evans talking things over with them. Team Paddle Tech has to win those last two matches to have any chance of winning this initial competition. The Pickleball-Global Challenge Cup here in Bonita Springs, Florida, the brainchild of Jan David, founder of Pickleball-Global. And Kyle Yates doing some exercises on the court, playing to the crowd here.
He's an entertainer.
Kyle's a free spirit, that's for sure. So Irina's looking at him, and he could have broken an ankle on that one, but he decides to pick up his paddle and grab the ball, and we're ready to go again. 6-0 lead for Yates and Tereschenko against McGuffin and Christian.
Side out.
At last count, Cody, there was what I thought was maybe about 70 paddle manufacturers. You, Selkirk, two of the very best. What distinguishes a good paddle from the others?
Well, there are a few factors. It can come down to the technology and the materials that are used in the paddle, of course, from a technical standpoint. But really what sets us apart is our customer service and the family nature of our company. I mean, we're lucky to have some amazing professional players, but they're all part of our family. They started playing with our products because they liked the paddles. And that's been a real treat for us to see our company grow, but to see our family grow as well.
Is it similar in other sports when you go out and try and recruit athletes to represent your products? Is it similar to what they do in golf or in tennis? If you see an aspiring pro or someone who has a lot of talent, you're literally going out and courting them per se.
Well, it didn't start out that way. We've seen an evolution take place with player sponsorships and the pro level play in pickleball. It started out a few years ago where a player might want a paddle or shirts or gear or something like that. Let's just keep them supplied and help them play the sport. And now, of course, we're seeing these pros here that we're watching play today. They're doing this full time. So the economics change, of course, and we're always on the lookout for good talent as well. But as I said, we're very fortunate that our pros that started playing with us because they like our paddles. And so heavy recruitment. That's how it's worked.
Tremendous point right there. Tereschenko Yates still up 6-1. 5-point lead over Christian McGuffin. A lot of these players have interesting sports backgrounds. Many come from tennis backgrounds. Kyle started out as a soccer player, played a little bit of tennis, but was also the club table tennis champion at the University of Florida. So he made a name for himself in the Gators there, playing ping pong. Some of the quickest hands in the game, though. He's incredible up at the net.
Well, those paddle and racket skills transfer to the sport, and Yeah, it's neat to see a guy like Kyle come into the sport from
Point.
a sport like table tennis.
7-1.
Very quick hands, as you said.
And he comes from a fairly quality family as well. Very talented. Sister Sarah plays. I know his mom plays. Mom is very encouraging of him. Had a lot. Whoa! Tremendous overhead by McGuffin.
Tied out.
Yeah, the whole family are great athletes. They're good people too. We're really grateful that they're.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed in
1-7-1.
being in pickleball for the short amount of time that I have. It seems just a very cohesive unit. A lot of great people. A lot of down-to-earth people. They realize they're on the precipice of something great, and they really want to make it grow. And they're all for promoting the sport and playing it whenever they can. You know, for Jan to put together an initial event like this and to attract literally the world's greatest players here for this two-day event is really a feather in his cap, but also a feather in the caps of all these players.
1-7-2.
Out and help someone like Jan and promote the sport.
Well, and as a manufacturer, we're really grateful to take part in an event like this, and really want to thank Jan for
Point.
developing the event, and it's just been a pleasure to be a part of it.
Well, McGuffin
2-7-2.
serving down 2-7. Well,
Ball. Side out.
you don't see that very often. Uncharacteristic of Tyson McGuffin. Tereschenko now serving 7-2. What happens many times in these mixed doubles matches, the male player tends to kind of dominate the action up at the kitchen area. Oh! Hit it behind Yates. He did not anticipate that well. Great shot by Kaitlyn-Christian.
7-2-2.
Yates serving 7-2. Great point. Nice touch at the net by Tyson-McGuffin. So from a manufacturing standpoint,
2-7-1.
you know, there's an explosive growth in the overall commitment from players to get into this sport. What do you think are the attractive elements that why so many people are starting to play pickleball?
Well, I think I mentioned before, the sport is the most accessible sport out there, really. I mean, you can go anywhere in the country where there's a pickleball court with your paddle, walk on the court and say, hey, can I play? And someone will give you a
3-7-1.
game to play. And it doesn't matter your skill level.
That's true.
You know, it's just phenomenal.
You know, in last count, the USAPA through the Sports and Fitness Industry Association had about, I think close to 5,600 facilities, and that's growing by about 90 a month. So it seems that the supply is meeting the demand out there. I think, you know, back in Arizona where we both live, there's a few hotbeds in the area. Surprise has a big pickleball community, and sometimes people are waiting for courts for a few hours or not, but there seems to be accessibility out there, and you hear a lot of communities transforming a lot of existing tennis courts into pickleball courts. I know the Marriott out at Desert Ridge, I believe now they have close to maybe 24 courts out there.
Yep.
It's incredible from what used to be a lot of tennis courts. So
we're seeing more and more of that, and it's really neat to see the sport grow in that way, because the demand is increasing, and communities and cities are seeing that, you know, people need places to play. And thankfully there are a lot of members of the USAPA and ambassadors that are really active in promoting the sport and in working within their local communities to grow the number of courts and get people to agree to convert those tennis courts.
4-7-1.
Yeah, the USAPA really does a great job. You know, there's probably about 1,600 ambassadors. They have 11 districts around the country. They really do a nice job in promoting the sport and developing it.
Yes, I did.
McGuffin just hit a serve, and
Call the score.
I don't think Tereschenko was ready.
Long again. Point. I did call the score. Point.
See, that's great sportsmanship from
Wait a
Tyson
minute.
right there.
I called the score. You guys.
No, they're going to have a problem now with Ed Johnson, the referee.
I told you time in, and it's a point.
They're doing good sportsmanship. You called this.
And I was going like this, counting them down. If they didn't serve within 10 seconds, it would have been their fault.
Okay.
Okay? I had them down to 6
You
already.
have to, when the player wants to give a call back, you have to let them. I don't know if you've ever seen it in tennis and that kind of stuff. So
This
they
is not, this is a new rule, recently, February 2nd. All right, here we go. 5-7-1.
All right, McGuffin now serving. We got that out of the way. McGuffin down 5-7 to Yates.
Point.
And they're a point away now from knotting this game up at 7. You're watching live pickleball action at the Pickleball-Global Challenge Cup, live from Bonita Springs, Florida. Tyson McGuffin,
6-7-1.
Kaitlyn-Christian going up against Kyle-Yates and Irina Tereschenko.
Second server.
Great inside-out shot off the paddle of Kyle-Yates.
6-7-2.
Goes around the kitchen. Great shot. Great shot by Kyle-Yates. Well, what's on the horizon then as far as paddle manufacturing? How can you, are you literally always tweaking the paddle, always coming up with new polymers, new materials to make the racket lighter, more efficient, more versatile, stronger, powerful?
7-6-2.
Well, just like we did several years ago when we popularized the polymer paddle, and now about 80% of the paddles on the market feature the technology that we popularized. Just like that, we're always developing new technologies, new
6-7-1.
new advances in material technologies, and we are we're excited to see the changes in the sport. There was a time when power was key. Right now, we're finding that people want more touch. They want all-around good paddle that gives them.
Well, especially in the doubles game, you'll notice. It's been the last 2 days. Dinking is extremely popular in this sport, like exactly what they're doing right now. And to have a more fine touch on the paddle is key, paramount.
But you also need the paddle to respond when you do have that mistake that's been made. A ball's been put up too high, or an overhead shot is in the mix. You have to be able to power the ball as well.
Just like what they were trying to do just there.
Absolutely.
Side out.
So from a manufacturer standpoint, yeah, we're always
7-6-1.
developing.
Always tinkering.
Always developing, yeah.
Great shot by
Second
McGuffin.
server.
Great reaction volley on that one.
7-6-2.
Yates serving up by 1, 7-6. Great overhead by Yates. Oh, that's great play. Kind of gives a little bit of a stare down to McGuffin and Christian. Yates, a fiery competitor.
8-6-2.
And they're up by 2 now, 8-6.
Side out.
And a lot of people don't realize, there's been meteoric growth of late.
6-8-1.
This sport started back in 1965 on a Bainbridge Island outside of Seattle.
That's right.
And the name of the sport's been romanticized over the years about the dog Pickles, and it became pickleball. But
6-8-2.
I'm telling you, in those 53 years now, I think within the last 10 years, it's grown as much as it had prior to that 43 years.
We've seen the demographic change in the game too. If you look at the ages of the pro players that are playing here, we've seen just a tremendous growth in the younger market.
Well, Yates is 23. Tereschenko, I believe, is in her maybe early 30s. Kaitlyn-Christian is
7-8-2.
25, and McGuffin, I believe, is 28. So, yeah, very young. That touched the line. Ooh. Great shot by McGuffin.
Point.
Game's all tied up now at 8 apiece.
8-8-2.
And after this match is completed, McGuffin and Yates have to come right back out and play a singles match. These guys are in shape. These reflex volleys some of these players have are just incredible.
9-8-2.
Nice shot by Yates.
Side out.
So when you were first approached by Jan on this concept of team Selkirk, team paddle tag, what was your initial reaction?
We were excited. We thought it would be a lot of fun. You know, we've got a friendly rivalry with our competitors and with Selkirk.
Second server.
We're friends with the Barnes and family, and we were excited to do it. We had talked about doing something like this similar, but we couldn't really put together the plan. So it was really cool that Jan was able to put everything together and really use it as a platform to promote the sport.
And talking with him, I think he wants to kind of replicate this and do it again sometime.
Yeah, we've had some talks about that. So I think this is not the first one. It's not the last one, rather. It's the inaugural one, but not the last one.
Well, the crowd support has been phenomenal. And in talking with Jan, he really hasn't publicized this as well as he probably could have. And he needed another venue or have to turn away people at the door because we're packed to the gills here tonight.
I don't see an empty seat.
No, not at all. And it's been that way all day long. Oh.
Side out.
Phenomenal play.
We're all tied up at 9
9-9-1.
Tyson-McGuffin, Kaitlyn-Christian, Kyle-Yates, and Irina Tereschenko. Mixed doubles match here at the inaugural Pickleball-Global Challenge Cup.
Second server. 9-9-2. Let. 9-9-2. Side out.
Tereschenko playing a lot better in this doubles match than she did in singles against Kaitlyn.
9-9-1. Second
Now, as soon
server.
as I say that, an unforced error into the net.
9-9-2. Side out. 9-9-1.
Christian to serve. That's going to sail
Second
wide.
server. Nine, 9-2. Side out.
And as a special offer just for this event alone, go to pgchallengecup.com and receive a 20% off discount on any Selkirk or Paddletech model. Any model from those two outstanding manufacturers, paddles will be shipped directly to you from the manufacturer. That's pgchallengecup.com. 20% off any Selkirk or Paddletech paddle. A great deal coming to you from Pickleball-Global Challenge Cup. Today's action is being brought to you live by Video Live Today.
Point.
For all your video needs, whether it be live or taped content, Video Live Today at videolivetoday.com. Or give them a call at 239-304-8026. Sporting events, conferences, any social event at all, videolivetoday.com can do it all for you. So pick up the phone, give them a call. Area code 239-304-8026. Well, you have the U.S. Open coming up in Naples in a couple of weeks. Paddletech probably have a major presence out there.
Absolutely. We've been proud to sponsor the U.S. Open for several years now and to be the official paddle of the U.S. Open. And we're actually excited to be introducing a few new paddles at the Open as well. Typically we like to introduce something new and exciting there, and this year won't be any different. We've got a new version of the Bantam EXL and the Bantam TS5 that's going to have a larger playing surface, as well as a different core technology. It's going to be pretty exciting. Really good feedback on it.
A little break in the action here. We let him have a timeout, and the referee Ed Johnson is calling time in. Yates and Tereschenko holding on to a slim 1-point lead, 10-9 over Kaitlyn-Christian and Tyson-mcguffin. It's Team Selkirk against Team Paddletech in the inaugural Pickleball-Global Challenge Cup here in Bonita Springs, Florida. Wow, great play by Yates. He set that up nicely. He seems pretty determined to win this match. They're going to change sides now at 11-9.
Both teams ready?
This is the 5th of 6 matches today for this Challenge Cup. Men's
11-9-2.
singles, Yates and McGuffin follow after this. Oh.
Side out.
That stayed on Yates' side, so McGuffin and Kaitlyn-Christian will get the serve, down 9-11. Wow.
Second server.
Yates seems to be on his game pretty well tonight in this match.
9-11-2. Side out.
And Tereschenko's going to get the serve with holding a 2-point lead, 11-9.
11-9-1.
And Tyson gets that one back.
Second server.
11-9-2. Side out.
You know, some major tennis manufacturers I know are trying to make the inroads. You know, Head and Wilson into pickleball. What are your feelings on that?
Well, I think it's an inevitable evolution of the sport. The tennis manufacturers are seeing the popularity of the sport grow, and it only makes sense, of course, that they enter into the market. And we're going to see Prince enter into the market as well, and that's actually with our involvement too.
Nice overhead by Kyle-Yates.
Second server.
They're still holding on to a 1-point lead, 11-10 over McGuffin and Christian.
Side out.
Close points.
11-10-1.
All the action today has been absolutely stellar.
Second server.
You know, speaking of the tennis involvement, you know, the USAPA recently announced that their national championships, which this past year were held in Cave Creek, are now moving over to California at Indian Wells, the Tennis Garden, where the great tennis tournament, the BNP Paribas Open, is played every year. Juan Martín del Potro defeated Roger Federer in a great finals there. But what's your impression of taking that now into a major tennis facility?
Well, I think it can only do good things for the sport to see see it being a facility like that for nationals. We're excited to take part in being at that facility and being at that event.
No, come on. 11-11-1.
Like Tyson's trying to take over the game here. Great shot. Great reaction volley from Tereschenko.
11-11-2. Side out.
And invariably, you're going to have some rivalries in the world of pickleball. And I think Yates and McGuffin, along with Ben Johns, another great player, quite a bit of a rivalry going on there.
Yeah, the neat thing about pickleball, though, is that these guys are all friends.
Yeah. I had Joanne Russell up here earlier, and we kind of equated it to similar how the World Tennis Association, the WTA, first started out. It was like a traveling road show. You know, you go from town to town, and talking with Sarah Ansberry at the Nationals. You know, she's in an RV going from from pickleball stop to pickleball stop. So it's
living the dream.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
12-11-2.
Well, Yates and Tereschenko back up by 1 now, 12-11. That was a sitter for Kyle.
Point. 13-11-2.
That's on a sail wide.
Point.
3 quick points now, 14-11.
14-11-2.
Hey, they may want to call a timeout, but they're staying on there. 15-11 now. Yates serving.
15-11-2.
Those are hard to handle when they're that low. Those went down low near Christian's feet. She couldn't handle it. 16-11 now, and that's going to be a timeout for McGuffin and Christian. That's probably a smart one to do. Talking with Cody Smith, president of Paddle Tech. So what's on the horizon? Where do you see this sport being in maybe 5-10 years from now? You know, so many people are talking about, hey, this has a possibility of being an Olympic sport. What's your take on that?
Well, I for one, as a player, an enthusiast, and a manufacturer, of course, hope that is the case, and that's what will happen with the sport. I mean, the future, you know, I'm not I'm not clairvoyant. I can't predict the future, but if I had to guess, I would say yes. This sport does have a future as an Olympic sport, and the growth of the sport has been so phenomenal over the past couple of years, and it is still growing at the same rate. So it has to be, you know, obviously popular enough to be an Olympic sport. There have to be, you know, a number of countries that are going to be involved in the growth of the sport, and we're seeing that now.
Well, I was talking to Morgan Evans. His mom is involved with an Australian pickleball club down in Australia, where he's originally from. And the Bainbridge Cup was originally played in September. It was overplayed in Madrid, Spain. Team North America defeated Team Europe. So the more those kind of international type competitions can be played, similar to Ryder Cup in golf, the more popularity will stem overseas. So that would be, I think, a real coup if this thing can make its way into the Olympics sometime.
Well, it's growing all over the world, in the Asian market, in Japan, in China, in India, and we've actually had some inquiries recently from South Africa.
Wow, that's great.
17-11-2.
Well, Yates and Tereschenko have opened up a big 6-point lead now, 17-11. Oh, he just missed it. He just missed it. Tried to wrap it around the net post and just missed the sideline. So side out, 11-17.
17-1.
Wow.
Second server.
Tereschenko and Yates are really playing well in this match. McGuffin and Christian really came in pretty strong all weekend long. And right now they're handling them up at the net.
Side out.
Cody, for those viewers who are not familiar with pickleball or with Paddle Tech, how can they go get a hold of a paddle?
17-11-1.
What's the website address?
Well, obviously, you can go to our website, paddletech.com, Paddletek, but we like to support our retailers and dealers that carry our paddles, and of course, Tennis R Us is absolutely one of our big supporters. We love to work with them, so I would recommend that you go to their website.
Point.
Well, we're up to 19-11 now, just 2 points away from Yates and Tereschenko taking this mixed doubles.
19-11-1.
And Team Paddle Tech back on the board again. Things are looking pretty good for you guys.
Second server. Nineteen 11-2.
Oh, that's inside. Finds the open court.
Point.
20-11.
20-11-2.
Game point on the paddle of Kyle Yates. Oh, and that's going to sail long. 21-11.
What a match.
That was a great match. Yates and Tereschenko get a standing ovation from the crowd here. Cody Smith, Paddle Tech president, thanks so much for stopping by. Enjoyed the talk.
Hey, thank you, Drew. Really appreciate it.
All right. Best of luck to you in the future years.
Thank you.
21-11. Kyle Yates, Irina Tereschenko. And they're having a discussion right around the net. I'm not sure what about. Kyle, the very fiery competitor, wins it here over Tyson-McGuffin and Kaitlyn-Christian. And the final match of the night coming up, Yates and McGuffin coming right back out here. Probably be about a 10-minute break. And that will be the final match of the night here in the inaugural Pickleball Global Challenge Cup, coming to you live from Bonita Springs, Florida.
Welcome to Tennis and Pickleball US, your family-owned tennis and pickleball superstore. We offer a wide variety of tennis and pickleball goods, including tennis rackets, paddles, apparel, and equipment. Come see us in beautiful Bonita Springs, Florida.
Congratulations, what a great match. I love mixed doubles. So, number one, you get up 6-0 in the match. So what happens after that? I know, hey, anything can happen.
Well, it's a long game. I mean, we don't play games to 21 very often, and this game's so much momentum, so we know, like, okay, hot start, but we need 15 more points. So we just wanted to keep rolling and never really let them back in it, and they kind of got back into it for a little bit, so we had to kind of keep up the pressure.
Well, the one part happened when I'm sure the audience would like to know, at 7-2 there was a timeout, and maybe you can explain it.
I think it was just my mistake. The music was still playing. I didn't hear the referee call the score. That's why I gave the ball back to Tyson. Actually, I thought he served without the score being called. Then Tyson wanted to give us the point back, and then the ref wanted us to keep playing, so we moved on. My partner gave me a good tip. He said, don't worry, let's keep rolling.
Well, that's nice when you and your partner play together, and you've played a few times before.
That's right. We just played a tournament last weekend in Palm Desert, California, and took a medal. So we've played a few times together.
That's really good. Now, what strategy were you going to use against them? Because, hey, Tyson, he's got the power, and Kaitlyn, she's got some touch. So was it just go at Kaitlyn?
I think it was a little bit different. Tyson's power is maybe not as dangerous in mixed. I feel comfortable blocking it. And I just want to make sure I could keep the ball low and put my partner in a position to hit some sick tricks, which he did.
Well, she definitely kept the ball low, because I've never seen cross courts like that. I don't think I could roll at cross court.
No, that's nasty. I told her just keep rolling all game, roll it, and if they pop it up, I'll be there to try to clean it up, and she did a great job of that.
All right, thanks you guys, and congratulations. Good luck in the U.S. Open.